Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dicing with Death. Halvar is in a tent, in a makeshift tent.
A lean-to, probably better than a tent, actually. I mean, you made it yourself out of sticks. I'd rather sleep under sticks than under soggy cloth. Maybe, I don't know. You probably pack it with moss or mud or something to fill in the cracks so it doesn't drip.
I guess it depends on how long I'm going to be here.
Far. Tell me, how long are you going to be here? Yeah.
Halvar looks at his wounds. He is down 9 hit points. He needs to be here for 3 days. So he will take the time to construct a viable shelter.
I think if you're living rough, if you're using your survival proficiency, I think I'm going to rule that you can only gain 2 HP a day. I think at least one of the 8-hour sessions will be interrupted by the, by your...
That's fair.
Right, by the actions required to survive, right? You need to go get water, go get some food for the day.
Totally makes sense, yeah. All right. So that means I need to spend 5 days
throw
here.
In other downtime activities, perhaps. Well, no. If you don't have any rations, I'm going to say that your survivaling takes...
That seems fair. Yeah.
So you can gain 2 HP a day. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe on the last one, we say you can gain... Or you can rest the whole last day before you set out in game 3. So we can round it off to 1, 2, 3 to 4 days, right?
Sure, 4 or 5.
4 days instead of 5.
I guess.
Anyways.
The specifics of how long it takes, I'm comfortable with either, and whatever, however it works out.
They do matter now. We're not in, I don't know. Time makes sense again. The sun rises and the sun sets. Hours turn to days, which pass into nights. And thank God the sun rises.
From my
tell you that it's morning again.
From my perspective, though, like if I run into an encounter on my last day of rest, I'll still be at like 30 HP, and I'm comfortable with encounters at that point. So I'm not in a hurry. Maybe I ought to be, but I'm not. So I'll make my home, if possible, in a cave with a makeshift shelter, like door out front, and a makeshift bed down below. And if no cave can be found... No?
I don't think a cave can be found. You can find, like, some feature of the topology, a hill with, like, with a gully or something, or, like, a creek side, or...
Preferably, like, a rocky outcropping, so I'm not in a low spot in case it rains.
You may be able to relocate the goblin cave, but that smells like goblins and defeat.
Yeah, and there was weird goblin magic going on there. I'm not super excited about it.
But
yeah,
one of them still got away with your coin pouch, and you appear to be cursed, right? It hasn't replenished itself since it left. You just can't seem to catch a break. Make a silver.
Yes, it is a frustrating experience at times, but we'll sort it out.
So you set up a lean-to somewhere.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, why am I dripping fucking coffee on my leg? That's not good.
Yeah, why are you dripping coffee on your leg, Neal?
I don't know, but it burns. Why is this coffee not pouring appropriately?
It's the curse of the goblins and the wolves.
Perfect. There we go. It was hot water on the foot of the coffee pourer. That's what it was.
One night while you were resting, you do hear the howl of a wolf in the distance, if you were paying close attention.
I will step outside and howl with it.
There are wolves about. And what? Howl in return?
I will howl in return. Ow!
Roll a charisma check.
Ow, ow, ow! 1d20 plus 10. Oh, oh, oh!
Yeah,
it's not bad for a human.
Your howls disturb the wolves, and they eventually leave.
They have heard my signs. They acknowledge this is my territory, and they have fled.
Can you indicate on the map where you want to camp? I guess it doesn't really matter, but
I would like to camp closer to the hills if possible.
Yeah, so I think you find a gully in the hill here, this hill here. So, on the border of the deep old growth forest. There's a road as indicated. You can doesn't get much travel. It wouldn't. I don't know that it would be a good place to set up an ambush. But and then you could probably relocate that tavern, the borderlines of where that road ends. The Goblin Cave you may also be able to relocate with like a successful tracking check or something. But it sounds like you'd rather camp in your own lean-to.
I'm going to camp in my own lean-to and rest for a few days, and then I will seek out some things. Halvar needs sleep.
You are safe in your camp, aside from the occasional howling of wolves. Well, it only happened once. There is no trouble. You can heal yourself to full if you'd like.
Excellent. Halvar is full. Halvar
somewhere deep inside, you think that Sithis would be proud of the vegan lifestyle you've been living out here in the woods. Very low impact. You haven't murdered one animal or one goblin.
I am proud of self. No, I am not. I am ashamed. I have killed nothing.
Now that you're full, so you're at 32 HP with 1 temporary HP in the tank.
Yeah.
But you still find yourself. Yeah. Well, it's pretty obvious what you're hungry for. You're hungry for meat.
I am very hungry for meat, and now that I have rested,
what, a weeks since you've tasted flesh, since you've savored the heart of your slain enemy, still beating, throbbing, oozing his lifeblood. Oh, sweet victory.
Now I have 2 options. One is to go find the hunters who disrupted me and slay them and their families. Should be easy since I have already slain them. Option 2 is find out where there are more goblins and slay more of them until I am Halvar the Goblin Slayer. The first one would be killing unarmed homemakers and children. There is no honor in that. The second is honorable slaying of goblins. Maybe Bobstown will tell me more about the goblobs. I will try to make my way to Bobstown.
All right. Bobstown has changed since you were last here, or at least the countryside has. The farms have been abandoned, and the populace has retreated to within the walls of Bobstown. The gates are closed, but you are armed, but you're not clad in berserker skins, right?
That is
you're
correct.
Shirtless, unequipped. I think they'll let you into town, actually. They will, roll a charisma check.
All right, I'll approach the gate in all my gear, just walking down the road like it ain't nothing, and walk towards the guard at the gate. 1d20 plus 10 is a 12.
Yeah, the gate's closed, then you have to go up and knock on it, which I assume you do. Yeah, there's like a little like human-sized door next to the double gate, and an even smaller slot that slides open. See a pair of human eyes on the other side look out at you. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, is it just you? Here, and they'll let you in through the the single door that goes through a little guard's office into the city.
I am here looking for goblins.
They will eye you up and down, and there's 2 guards inside the little guard box.
Yes.
And they jump back in surprise. Like, they open the door to get a full look at you and realize your skin's green, you're covered in scars.
I'm not what they were expecting.
Not what they were expecting. Do you say anything?
I am here for the goblins. Tell me where they are, so I may slay them again.
They sort of step out of your way and, just a moment. We'll fetch the captain. They'll let you into the city. Kind of. Like, the door's open. One guard stays and he's kind of staring at you nervously. The other runs off to get the captain of the guard.
I pace back and forth.
All right.
Anxiously.
You're in it's like a teeny tiny little office. You can step out into the city street, or out into out back onto the road. Free to come and go. Eventually, the captain of the guard comes back, strides on in. Oh yes, you hear about the goblins. That'll be I believe we're still offering a reward of one silver an ear.
I have slain all the goblins in the waterfall cave, and if you tell me where the rest are, I shall slay them all too. I have sworn an oath to do it.
No earring, no silver, and well, if you're the goblin hunter, that's your job to find them out. Is that all? And he looks to the guards, to his guardsmen for wasting his time, and he goes to see himself out unless he has something to say.
If there are no goblins left, for I have slain them all, are there others you would pay me to slaughter mercilessly, to hack their ears from their heads, bring them to you on a chain, form from their teeth as well, while I eat their hearts and feast on their livers?
Guys who were watching the gate look like you're making them squeamish. Maybe one looks excited, one looks like he's, oh God, captains. Let's see. Like I said, goblins, 1 silver an ear. Yeah, I don't think there's any this isn't a usual thing. What is this, The Witcher? You walk into town and it's a notice board for a bounty on a chimera.
God, if only.
Actually, maybe.
Maybe.
Seems like something I might do. In any case, you're free to come and go. If that weren't, so you can enter town actually, which is, like I said, walled up, and or you can go hunt goblins.
Does anyone know where the goblins are, though?
How do you go about finding this out? The guards don't necessarily know where the goblins are.
I will. How do I find out? I will. I'll just walk into town and look for a traveling merchant or a tavern nearest the gate. Maybe an inn near the gate will work as well.
You're shirtless, right?
I am very shirtless.
I think the guards will have tried to put a blanket on you before you went, or a cloak. They'll try and give you a cloak. You can't go in there like that. Cover up. Maybe. They'll in a condescending sort of way. They treat you they're like here's our stash of emergency cloaks for.
Why must Halvar wear this clothing to enter the building? Surely, in buildings is where you need the least clothing.
Your shirt, sir. It's.
What?
Well, you don't have one.
So?
Cover up. And if you can refuse if you want.
I refuse.
Fair enough.
Do you not appreciate your body? I might not if I were as pudgy as you, innkeeper. Halvar has 18 constitution. I am in fantastic shape. All will gaze upon me in lust and desire.
Well, you are trapped inside of Bobstown with all these humans and no coin. So
in the inn, I will ask for, I will look for people that look like traveling merchants.
Roll a charisma check.
Yeah. I want to spot someone who might be moving along the roads, might have had recent road experience.
They do let you into the inn, but you get sideways glances from all of its inhabitants. And you ask publicly or something. You just walk in there and be like, "I am looking for goblins.
I will try
this Bobstown tavern."
I mean, if no one obviously looks like they were walking along the road, like no one looks like a messenger or a merchant or a ranger or something like that, or a woodsman, then I will say those things.
Yeah. I think no one, like everyone tries to avoid eye contact or talking with you. So I think instead of singling anyone out, I think the most obvious thing would be for you to just call out the tavern.
Perfect. I will do so.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do so.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah. A meek little man speaks up. Occasionally the goblins ambushed carts on the road.
Recently?
North of here. Yeah. They even murdered some farm folk in their sleep. Actually, they probably assumed that you already knew that, but anyways.
Right. Then your farm folk deserved. Then your farm folk deserve death, for they slept when they should have been awake. Are you traveling north so that I might hide underneath your caravan and attack the goblins when they come past?
You a mercenary? Someone shouts from across the bar.
Potentially. Right now I am a bounty hunter, and the bounty I seek is goblin heads.
Well, you ain't gonna find any goblins here, chimes in the barkeep.
No. But you are here.
Hey, look, there's like an awkward silence where they're not sure if you're about to threaten them or start killing them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
sort of my intent.
I think it's best you hit the road, mercenary.
It may be best. Do tell me, if any of you are to travel along the road, speak now.
If you're, let's see. My sis is leaving with the caravan tomorrow. Are you not already?
Your sister?
Huh? Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Give me her name.
Yeah, no. But I'm sure if you go, I don't know. The caravans hire mercenaries, so you could go out and meet the caravan or something.
Tomorrow, at the gates, at dawn.
Kind of regret letting you into town. What are you gonna do tonight in town with no money?
I will sleep in the gutters.
All right, okay, you sleep in the gutter, and with dawn, you meet the caravan heading north out of town.
Yes.
Cool. Are you gonna try and arrange to get hired by anyone in particular, or are you just like,
I guess at dawn.
Open at dawn, and
I will show up and I will wait until high noon, and then I will look for a woman in a position of authority, and I will tell her I'm coming along to kill goblins.
Oh, got a weed whacker. Let me shut the window. That's just lovely.
I can't hear it at all.
Can't hear it?
No, not in the slightest.
All right, no worries. All right. For safety, the people of Bobstown group together in the morning, and all the merchants heading north. So gather up. I think they're bringing grains, whatever trades good comes from Bobstown. And they gather together for protection. There are several hired mercenaries and several wagons.
I gaze at the mercenaries.
Yeah.
I assess them, and I find them all wanting, or all lacking.
From the gutter, Halvar looks up, eyes this caravan.
I will.
And eventually the gates will open and the caravan sets out.
Go. No, I'm going. I'm going to go talk to the woman.
There's several women.
Which one's in a position of authority?
Roll a charisma check again.
I cannot tell, so I shall
maybe there's women in positions of authority, but that guy's sister, I don't know why Halvar is fixated on her, but you're not sure. There's a bunch of people, and approximately 50% of them are female, and
I shall
place which one's that guy's sister.
I shall call out to the caravan, women in authority, behold! And I will see who looks. I think you rouse the suspicion of the mercenaries. I think they're just, you see them, everyone shift on edge and like go for weapons. There's this filthy green-skinned bum shouting at their caravan. The guards probably also start to assemble. Women in authority positions. Yeah. I am Halvar. I am the Goblin Slayer. I am the Berserker. I am here to slay goblins. You are my bait.
You startle the people. Draw aggro. I think you're not. I mean, this is where your raw charisma comes into play, and you just aren't reading the situations, and you are surprised that the guards, both city and mercenary alike, aggress upon Halvar at the gates of Bobstown. Maybe cue some battle music.
Yeah, Halvar's not the sort of
to drive you from their city or from their walls.
He's not gonna let them drive him. Oh boy, this might get messy. All right, Ryan.
Halvar is surprised and criticaled from the back on the first shot. It's a 19. So I think you make the save first. So you were surprised at the guards advancing on you, and then even more surprised when one of them, it looked like they were just going to contain you or to I don't know. You're not really sure. You weren't reading the situation well at all. And so they were advancing you from the front, and one of them decides to just go for it and just hamstrings you from the back. Well, we'll see what the location is.
Well, I do fail my save.
So I think you get to choose whether it's an exploding critical or whether it is a...
I will take the extra damage right now.
You'll take what?
I'll do the exploding critical. Thank you very much.
That's probably the way to go. Okay, so let's see. Natural 19 plus 2 for back attack. Your berserker reflexes kick in on a surprise. I think we always use your I think we'll use your enhanced AC. So 19, 21. What's your AC?
14.
14. 21 clears by only 5, right? Or yeah, so it only does double damage. And if you're lucky, you'll get a nice fat wound. I'm missing. Need more G4s. Ooh, Halvar. 6, 10, 12 points of damage as this spear sinks into the back of your leg. You tried to hamstring you but missed, and just right into the fleshy part of your bulging quadricep.
You will regret that!
You are unarmed, or you aren't wielding your weapon yet. The ones in front of you go to try and grab you, to restrain you, to grab your arms or something, but they can't get their hand, or you shake free of their grips or whatever. You draw your weapons if you'd like. Or let's roll for initiative. So there are at least 4 surrounding you. I think at this point 3 mercenaries and one guard. Roll initiative. And then there's a 5th guard you see running down the street. And there's a bunch of bystanders, ordinary townsfolk, watching. They clear back at the sign of
+4. I roll a 6 for initiative.
All right, you can react. You can draw weapons. You are more or less surrounded.
I will draw weapons, and I will strike out. No, I will not. I will draw weapons and frenzy.
Okay. What does this look like?
I pulled the weapons out, and I I got speared in the back of the leg, right? So I will take my axe and lay the flat of the blade against my leg and wipe it, and then lick the blood off and beat my chest with my hands while I'm still holding my weapon, so that leaves bloody prints from the axe on my chest and on my face and on my arm, wherever the flat of that blade hits me. And I do get kind of low to the ground and do sort of a bobbing and weaving side to side and up and down, sort of low center of gravity dance as I pound on myself with these bloody implements and keep re-bloodying them and licking it.
Yeah, they can't seem to find an opening. Right, they jump back, awed by your display of ferocity, and they just sort of encircle you. Spears leveled. 3 of them have spears. The 4th is a swordsman who steps back, and another guard comes to join. And we can roll initiative for next round.
Excellent. Halvar is slow because he's so enraged.
They roll a 5 as well. Roll a d8 to see how many rounds your frenzy lasts.
Oh, Halvar always forgets this part. It's so difficult.
Only 2 rounds.
This is not good for Halvar.
I was contemplating adding your level to this, but for now we'll just use it as is. You can, and you can weigh in on rules balance changes as we go. They rolled a 5 as well. Let's just have everyone resolve at the same time. Someone breaks the standoff, right? They're circling you, kind of too afraid to get close while you're raging and beating your chest and licking your own blood.
I will mechanically slash at them, giving myself a +1 to hit. And I will roll a 21.
Ooh.
Natural 19.
I think they get a crit as well. A crit and a hit.
Oh.
Let's resolve all of these.
Halvar does near to minimum damage and still overkills his enemy dramatically.
Yeah, which one was that? Was that the...
It's someone that's in front of me. Probably not the guy who crit me from behind. I haven't even turned to face him yet. And then my second offhand attack, 1d20 +2, is also a slash. An 18 for 2d. That's actually only going to be 1d4 plus 11. 14 damage. Actually, they both should be 14. And then I will save versus death for the crit.
Yeah.
Needs to be a 14 or higher on a d20. No successes. If possible, I will roll on the chart this time rather than take the damage.
I am reusing the same token, but these are not the same hunters as last time.
Halvar understands the concept of symbolic representation of his enemies. It is something deeply embedded in Halvarian culture.
So you've slain one. Yeah, it's fine. I need to resolve all these hits against you. Combat tactics. Table. So I guess these are just gonna be 2 regular hits, and then we'll check out the crit on it. So you take 1 wound of 6 points and 1 of 5.
1 of 6 and 1 of 5?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The guy that got your... I think the guard behind you still has his spear wedged in your leg, and he twisted it.
Holy shit.
Critical hit, we're doing... I think this critical was the swordsman. Actually, I gave you the wrong damage. Ignore the 5.
Oh.
Because that would be a sword. So it's either, is it a short sword? I think it's a short, yeah, it's a short bronze sword. Only 2 points of damage. So you took a 6 and a 2. Sorry about that. But the 2 is a critical. Slashing versus humanoid. Patient 3. It's your left leg again. Maybe we'll narratively switch the critical over. Let's see. 2d4 is same size, d6 is size smaller. I think there's no effect. He lunges forward and tries to go for that same maimed leg. Maybe goes for the other one. Yeah, he goes for the other. Anyways, it doesn't matter. No unusual effects.
All right.
You are gravely wounded, however.
I am. I'm at 13 out of 32. I have made 2 attacks, and I will make my last attack at the end of the round. 1d20 plus 2 because it's another slash against one of these weaker minions. And does a 14 hit?
A 14. They have shields and leather. I think a 14 is the ticket, isn't it?
It is, unless you're using Neal 2-point Neal equipment.
I kind of was. Wouldn't it be 2
leather is 3. Yeah. Raw is 12.
I think 15 will be the ticket.
Okay, so I miss. Okay.
And then we're heading into the second round of Frenzy, and I'll need to roll for initiative.
Yep. Halvar is fast as the wolf, strong as the bear, and vicious as the porcupine.
But here you are without the protection of the animal spirit nor skin. Roll your attacks. You go first. Yeah.
I certainly shall. All right. First attack against minion number 1, slashing. 10. Second attack, minion number 2, slashing. 18.
18 is a success, so roll at -1 to damage.
14 damage.
A wild slash.
Halvar rips someone to shreds.
Which one was that?
Man to the north. He is dead. Halvar still has one attack to use at the end of the round.
Let me see just a second. Come on. Average. Yeah, I think they, you just brought down 2 of them. So I think they square off and ready an attack, but they like unsurround you, I guess. So they all circle around like to like this side and give you an opening between you and the road out of town, I guess.
Ah, they're smart. They don't want to look like they're cowards, so they give me an exit without running away themselves. Yeah, this is the high-level strategy.
Protecting their people. You'll notice that the caravans have moved back in, like, further into town, I guess. But just a couple hundred yards to the other side of the guards. And I guess that you take an attack at the end of the round. You said they're holding their attacks, so if I make an attack, they're probably going to stab at me. But if I don't, well, I guess I could kick myself or bite my shield or bite my arm or something. Actually, this is my last round of frenzying. I will allow you to hurl your hand axe as you leave. Like I'll let you. You'll lose the axe in the process, but I'll let you use your frenzied attack to hurl a weapon.
Well, I only have my Bowie knife, and I don't want to hurl my Bowie knife. I already lost my hand axe, so I will break. I guess I'm going to end my frenzy, because I'm not going to make an attack here. That's not true. I'm a frenzied berserker. That's insane. I'm a frenzied berserker.
You're forced to. If you don't attack, I will force you to make an attack against yourself.
I will attack this man.
You can make it a thrown weapon attack if you want to.
I do not want to throw away my weapons, Ryan. Thank you very much. Instead, I will just hack at the sky, slash at the sky beneath me.
As soon as you go forward with or lunge forward with a knife, they all rush to react, but it's a clumsy clattering of wood, and roll that critical.
2, maybe 3d4 plus 10? I don't know. 19 or 16.
You slay this one. I think this one was the swordsman. The other 2 remaining are the town guards. So you've slain 3 mercenaries. And roll for initiative. Actually, so this was also another rule I wanted to rework how frenzies, their duration and how they end. But for now, we can still use the old rules, and you can roll your willpower check if you would like to try and extend the frenzy.
I always want to extend my frenzy, and I fail my willpower check.
I think you fail, though.
Yeah.
So the frenzy ends. Your con is reduced to 17 for the day. It won't impact your current HP, but if you were to somehow heal or whatever, your max HP probably is relevant. But
I mean, it'll be relevant for con checks in the future.
Yeah, things like that. And rolling initiative.
Halvar will say, submit! I will be the goblin slayer on this caravan, not you! I have won this position with blood! Submit and let me slay the goblins!
You are the goblin! The guards level at you.
Nonsense!
Leave people in peace. Back to the woods where you belong, beast. They They attempt to shoo you out of town. I don't know if they have any mechanical means to do so, other than pointing spears menacingly at you. Maybe they probably continue to prod just because they can, but they don't actually land any hits. So you're standing like in the gate to town. The wagons have pulled further down the road. You can see them. There's a crowd gathered, but they're towards the town. The guards are on the road, prodding at you with spears. They miss. Your turn.
Well, there's only the two of them, right?
Yep, and a mob behind them.
I'm not worried about the mob. I will start off with my main attack against the lower merc, the crap guy, still slashing.
At this point, I think it's 2 guards.
Sure.
But that's fine. 18 will hit.
1d8 plus 10. 13 damage.
Yeah, I don't think there's no way they survive that. You slay a guardsman. His friend shouts, "No!"
Are all the guardsmen the same? I thought that guy was like better because he was colored differently.
I was trying to do that. They're all more. I mean, yeah. There were 2 guardsmen and 2 mercenaries. I don't know if that actually matters.
Okay. Well then,
roll a perception check.
Sure. I still have one more attack. 23.
You slay the last one.
I will look to the last one and say, "Surrender and appoint me
Isn't that a
king."
hit? What's that? D20.
You said perception check.
Oh, okay. Oh, you see the captain of the guard pushing his way through the crowd.
Oh. I will level my Bowie knife at this guy and shout to the crowd and make eye contact with the captain of the guard if I can without turning my back to this guy. Like, I don't know what the angle is between them. So if I can, keep him on my peripheral, I'll look towards the
There's a guy
guard.
right in front of you poking you with a spear, and then there's maybe 100 feet of clearing before the crowd starts. Right?
So the crowd is down here somewhere, like below, further past the guard.
We've sort of zoomed. It'd be. What do you mean? Be that way? I guess at this point
Okay.
the guard is standing right in front of you.
All right, and then is the captain coming from this way?
He's about 100 feet that way.
Sure. But he is coming from that direction. Perfect. So that way I can stare. I
And
can
then
point
there's
the
a wall here.
right. I can point the Bowie knife
Wall
at this
here,
dude.
Actually,
and look at the captain of the guard and say, "Throw down your arms, surrender, appoint me Chief Goblin Slayer, and I shall let your puny henchmen live."
I mean, he's definitely not gonna agree to that.
Then I
Trying to
will
think what
make
he
my
does.
attack roll.
Okay, yeah, make your attack roll.
If he does not look like he's going to give up. 8 is
He's
no
still pushing
good.
his way through the crowd. He doesn't like. Yeah. You miss.
All right, I'm good.
He stabs you with the spear. Actually, that was your second. It should have been before that second attack, right?
What should have been before the second attack?
Okay, you took 5 damage from a spear. I think it was that attack at the end of the round. Oh no, that was just your offhand.
That was just my offhand, yeah.
Yeah. He returns fire with a spear for 5 points of damage.
Halvar is getting low.
The captain of the guard pushes his way through the crowd, shouting, "What is the meaning of this?" And eventually he sort of steps into the clearing. So he's now standing about 100 feet from you. He looks at you. I don't know, recognition coming over his eyes, realizing who you are.
You!
And rolling initiative.
I say, pointing my axe at him. Your guards attacked me in the streets. They wanted my position. I demand they surrender and let me take the position of chief in goblin slaying.
He draws steel. What's the initiative of a longsword?
5.
5. So he gets a 7 as well. Lucky your weapon's so fast. So he draws his longsword and marches straight towards you. Straight for you.
Alrighty. I still want to hack at his minion, but I'm gonna start with my offhand attack against the minion. 17?
17 will hit, and probably a kill, huh?
I mean, minimum is 11 damage, and I do 13.
You slay the last... You slay the last guardsman, and the captain... strides toward you. His human frame bulges with the padded protection of his armor. Draws a longsword. I think you get another attack, right? Are you attacking before?
No, I do get another attack. I'm missing one.
Yeah. What are you missing one of? What is it? D4? Oh, that's a damage.
Yeah, I haven't rolled my axe attack yet. I only rolled my
You're
throwing knife.
faster than him. He's walking toward. He walks to you. He closes with you with intention of. Yeah.
Then I will make a hack into him with a 15.
I don't think that does hit.
Padded armor and shield is.
He doesn't have a shield, but I don't think that gets through his armor.
Ooh, what armor does he have? Does he got better than chain?
You're a berserker. What do you know about armor? Is chain usually 15?
Yeah.
I think 2-point Neal has simplified the armor drastically, has it not?
It has.
Yeah, this is 2-point Ryan. We're going to say the 15 does not hit. In fact, what I'm going to do is use let's see here. Oh no, he critically misses. Is that a roll to hit?
The 15? Yes. But you hadn't decided if it hit or not yet.
Well, yeah, he attempts to block your blow with his longsword, but utterly fails in the process. So your hit goes through, I think. I'll let you shoot. Do you want to deal damage to him, or do you want to disarm him?
Oh, I'd much rather disarm him than deal damage to him.
He critically failed. I think he brings up his sword to block your axe, and it falls out of his hand.
Perfect.
And he looks stunned for a moment. He'll miss his attacks. So you've got the captain of the guard before you. The sword falls. There's a brief moment of silence, stunned gasps from the crowd. Roll initiative next round.
I will lower but not drop or sheathe my weapons and take a few steps back away from him in a non-threatening, I'm not here to kill you, I've just defeated you in combat and that's good enough for me motion.
Yeah. He crouches down defensively towards his sword, I think. But he and just sort of looking at you, like checking him, like, I don't know, on guard, as if he might pounce at any moment. Be gone, green skin. Get out. You're not welcome in this town.
I am here for a job. You have attacked me. Your men have attacked me. I demand the position of Chief Goblin Slayer.
Is that your initiative?
7 is my initiative, yes.
Okay. You can make actions if you'd like, or hold them.
I will hold attacks or ready attacks in case someone threatens me.
Okay. Let's see. On his round, he's going to retrieve his sword, and I guess pick it back up. He can't act, but I don't think you strike yet. And so we'll go into the next round of initiative.
So we sort of like square off against each other for a while? Without...
Yeah, well, he picks his sword up off the ground, somewhat ashamed.
Sure, okay. I will continue holding my action and looking at him with the expectation that he will bow down and surrender to me or whatever, you know.
No, he levels his sword at you and he says, get out or
what?
Or
you will drop your sword again?
Roll a charisma check. What is your intention with this threat?
I'm asserting dominance. 1d20 plus 10 plus my 3 battle scars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
23. Thank God for the battle scars.
He doesn't lower his sword, but you do assert your dominance. He doesn't run you through either.
I'll take this as...
What does he want?
I want
Tribute?
to be the guard of the caravan and slay the goblins. But these men attacked me in the streets.
You are a goblin. He seems like perplexed, confused. He doesn't understand. I don't know. You're talking on different planes. Maybe it's the language barrier. Yeah. But I think he's prepared to like pay you to leave. It's like, are you holding the town hostage? What do you? Yeah, but what do you want? Or what?
I seek to be the chief goblin slayer on the caravan. Do you not understand the words chief, goblin, and slayer? Are these beyond your puny comprehension? You bring shame to your families.
I think you'll be astute enough to see like a mob gathering. Like eventually the people of this town will gather together. Like you see pitchforks and torches being gathered, right? The mob that has been silently walking is like ready to either defend themselves or drive you from this town. The captain of the guard is like perplexed. He's like, well, yeah.
Then Halvar,
stuttering.
We'll be the chief goblin slayer with or without your permission. I shall find them, I shall slay them, and I will bring their ears back, and you will pay me in silver for them. And you will regret this day. Because you should not have fought me. It will be harder for me to slay goblins now. This is a lose-lose for us, and a win-win for goblins. You are goblin sympathizers, goblin aiders, goblin abettors. You are no better than the very goblins you seek to destroy. And I will sheathe my weapons, and walk out of the town.
Pride intact. He's still convinced that that you were a goblin all along, and you tricked him to get into his town. So he's gonna go off with a totally different understanding of that speech, and a totally different, different takeaway.
Perfect. Misunderstandings
this is a good time for a break.
Right? Yes, it is. Why don't we come? Yeah. Do you have time? Because I know you got to bounce early.
We can do one more unless you want to try and go for another half an hour and make this the last segment.
If you think we can do another, we'll do another. We'll see you guys on the other side of a break in 4 or 5 minutes. Bye-bye.